Well, we might still be winless, but at least our quarterback still has all his toes. What's up, everybody? Team Fanatic here. Hope you all are having a fantastic day, and welcome to another post-game reaction. In this one, I am continuing my coverage of the Tennessee Titans and our season that we're still looking for a lot. We're still looking for our first win. We're still looking for the Titans to get into the end zone more than once. But baby steps here. Unfortunately, we had to face the LA Rams, and it did not end well. Titans lose to the Rams 33-19. All right, so first quarter to start. I think for the Titans, some bad habits from the Denver game were starting to come back in this one. Firstly, the early penalties. Last week against Denver, my goodness, we had 13 penalties for 131 yards. Last week against Denver, ones that just really stalled our drives and forced us to take all of those field goals. Those penalties last week against Denver, that was the most that we've had in a season opener since 1993. So some penalties early on were starting to stall our drives. And secondly, the offensive line. We all know this. This is... Guys, come on. Let's block for Cam Ward. He's not going to be able to do nothing if we cannot block for him. 2nd and 15, Cam. He gets sacked by Byron Young, the former Tennessee Vol. If this was against anyone else, any other team, I'll be a lot more happy for Byron. But he drops our franchise guy. And this was another thing that happened in Denver. Cam Ward. He was running for his absolute life. Thank goodness that he didn't try to do any crazy throws that forced a pick. But he was still running around. And he got sacked 6 times last week against Denver. Now, when we played the Broncos, early on, Bo, he couldn't really take advantage of all those opportunities that we were giving him because our defense did play well. But this ain't Bo Nix. This is Matthew Stafford. This is a veteran. This is a Super Bowl champion. He's going to figure this out. So Rams have a 6-play, 72-yard drive, and then 4th and 1. The 4th and 1 demons are coming back to haunt me. I feel like I'm back in my falls gear talking about how we got to stop them on 3rd and 4th down. Puka Nacua, he takes that and he just off to the races. How did he get out of that? How did he get out of all those tackles? I was like, yes, and they're like, no. I was like, KSI up in there. Second quarter, Titans have an 11-play drive to start, and then Joey Sly, thank goodness for him. Last week, against Denver, the only reason why we weren't shut out in that game was because mainly of Joey Sly. He scored all of our points here. He gets a 55-yard field goal. He drills it. I mean, he could have gotten that from 57. I mean, it had distance. Rams do have a nice response, a 10-play drive of their own. Adams, Nacua, Higbee. The run after catch was killing us. But Denard Wilson, our defensive coordinator, give him credit. He held the Rams defense to 3 points on that drive. And our defense, we continue to just have great performances. And once again, they kept us in this game. So, Rams, they're forced to punt. DK, he takes this ball, and he takes it all the way to the end zone. It's a touchdown for the Tennessee Titans. What a way. What a way to get the first touchdown of the year at home. However, here come the flags. Penalty on Gray is assessed for an illegal blindside block. One that he honestly did not have to do, but one also where I'm like, really? Y'all are going to call that? Really? I mean, he's just right in front of him. What do you expect him to do when DK is coming down there? Is he going to try to, make room for DK? Yeah. Is he going to try to block? Yes, absolutely. But refs called it back. So that is a killer, man. Our first touchdown of the year was taken away. But here's what I will say. What a response Cam Ward had. He goes back out there. 10 plays, 56 yards. And the 36, Cam Ward with a 23-yard pass to A.O. Manor. A big grab by him. Like, he grabbed that on his helmet. And oh boy, I love this right here. 3rd and goal. Cam Ward, he gets out of the pocket. He is scrambling for his absolute life. Davis trying to track him down. He cannot do it. And Cam, he's directing traffic. He's telling A.O. Manor to go that way. And Cam, he throws this across his body to A.O. Manor into the end zone. What a way to kick off the Titans touchdowns right there. Cam Ward on 3rd and goal, he gets out of there. That's some Patrick Mahomes type stuff right there, throwing it across his body to A.O. Manor and directing traffic as he's doing all this. Like doing that, like that entire play. Cam is like, okay, you go that way, you go that way. He doesn't panic at all. That is a breath of fresh air. Absolutely. What a first touchdown for Cam Ward. Hopefully his first of many as a Tennessee Titan. And then just before the half, Stafford's pass gets picked off by Tutu Atwell's Titans. We turn that into a field goal. Titans got 10 points in 38 seconds, the last 38 seconds of that second half. So, like, I'm feeling great right here. Now, this third quarter, Matthew Stafford, he certainly knows how to make my smile just absolute frown, make it absolutely go away. So the Rams' first drive, 11 plays, 62 yards, and that's Stafford to Adams connection. That is looking scary right there. Davante Adams, he's been all around ever since leaving the Packers. It's been weird for him. You know, like he went to Vegas, and then with Aaron Rodgers, like there was that reveal on the Pat McAfee show where Adams is like, yeah, and then like we all thought that the Jets were going to do something, but no. So Adams, he's back in LA, and Matthew Stafford and Adams, that's looking scary, folks. That's looking scary. Thank goodness that like we're not in the NFC West. So 3rd and goal, Stafford, he's trying to get to Adams again, but Snead, he wins this battle. He gets his hands in there. The pass is incomplete, so Rams take the 3. Now, the Titans, we do respond nicely with a field goal drive of our own. Sly hitting it from 57. I knew it. I knew that he could hit it from that distance. He does, but once again, the Rams, they're just not letting me celebrate. They're not letting me just soak this in and enjoy it and be happy. No. It was at this point, toward the end of the third quarter, that the Rams really started to just hunker down and just stop all of our momentum right here. 1st and 10, Corum, he has a 15-yard run. And the 1st and goal, Stafford, pass short right to Allen, and good effort by him, honestly. What an effort by him to get that ball, touch the pylon, have that touchdown count. Then the Rams defense was starting to give us fits here. Fast forward to 2nd and 8, Cam Ward, he's sacked by Byron Young again. If it was any other team, I'd be thrilled for him, but it just had to be against us. Unbelievable. So, ball gets out. It is recovered by Landman. Stafford, he finds Davante Adams, a 16-yard touchdown pass on 3rd and 5. Felt like ever since Stafford threw that pick toward the end of the first half, like after that, he was just like dialed in. He was focused. And they threw this graphic up there, and of course these weren't like the final stats, but I think this does a very good job in just explaining like how different the first half was for us compared to the second half. So in the first half, total yards, Rams had 174, we had 172. We were right there with them. In the second half, at that point, the Rams had 238 yards. We had 59. So, yeah, definitely a rough home opener, but give the Rams credit. They did what they had to do. They figured it out. Stafford, he picked apart our defense. They drop us to 0-2 on the year, and they hand Brian Callahan his 8th straight loss. You know, here's what I'll say. No doubt, the NFL schedule makers, the people who are in that room on their computers just typing the schedules up, they did us dirty. Firstly, by not giving us any primetime games. What an injustice. Cam Ward, the first overall pick in the draft, a quarterback. Not one, not Thursday, not Sunday, not Monday. No primetime games at all. You know why? Because he's on the Titans. There's always been a Titans bias. Always. But it didn't end there. The first 2 weeks of the season, Cam Ward and our offensive line that struggled, we got thrown into the fire playing the Broncos and the Rams. 2 teams who went to the playoffs. 2 great defenses led by Super Bowl winning head coaches. They did us dirty, absolutely. The only thing that I can say is kind of a positive is that, you know what? We got to step up. We have to learn. We have to do better. Specifically, the Titans O-line. It has to be said. I know, it's been jumbled around a lot. Latham wasn't in this game, but we have to do better. The offensive line has now allowed 11 sacks over 2 games. If Cam Ward is going to be the guy that we know that he can be, if he's going to make the plays like he made on that 3rd and goal, our offensive line has to protect him. Give him just a little bit more time. Otherwise, it's Joe Burrow 2.0. Look, we can hang with these guys. We can hang with these great teams. Here, like that second half, it just got away from us. But like, we were right there. We were hanging with the Rams. Titans just, in the second half, we just got to finish drives stronger. And we will have the chance to do that, to improve when we play the Colts, who squeaked out a win over the Denver Broncos. So, of course, they have to be feeling good coming in to Nashville. Daniel Jones playing out of his mind. I cannot believe that that's a real sentence that I'm saying. So it looks like it's going to be another battle. So, boys, look, let's learn, let's fire up, and let's get ready to beat them horseshoes in Nashville. But, fans, that is going to do it for this post-game reaction. Thank you all so much for watching. If you all enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and you can join our Fanatic Army. And a honey salutes to all of you as always, and I hope that all of you have a fantastic day. Tighten up!